Moments after hitting send on our midweek email newsletter Wednesday, one in which I wished each of you a 2020 wonderful new year, a mob of domestic terrorists stormed the U.S. Capitol. Spurred on by a sitting U.S. president's acts of sedition, these insurrectionists invaded the building in an attempt to prevent the counting of presidential ballots and deny the reality of a legal and fair election. The invasion left the Congresspeople and their staff scrambling for cover to avoid gunfire like so many American school children before them. Despite open planning to create mayhem for weeks on social media and an impassioned exhortation just that morning by the president for the mob to march down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol, security was far less than it had been for peaceful Black Lives Matter protests. There is video of security guards moving aside barricades to allow the mob easier access. And one officer even posed for a selfie with a future felon. These people had been spoon-fed an alternate reality by a professional con man and reality television host whose racist, anti-elitist, and anti-intellectual populism caught much of the rest of the nation by surprise 4 years ago. Once elected, he surrounded himself with an ever-changing cadre of sycophants in order to do everything in their power to make themselves and those like them richer and punish anyone not like them, especially those of a different color. By this past July, 20,000 false or misleading claims by him while in office were documented. Believing the lies he told about him winning the election in a landslide and it being unfairly stolen, the followers violently rallied to defend a man who cares nothing about them, only about himself. In the words of French Enlightenment philosopher Voltaire, those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. Sadly, even on the day of the failed coup, some politicians continued to stroke the president's ego to win his approval and that of his ever-shrinking voting bloc. Even more sadly, one of those craven opportunists was the junior United States Senator from Texas, Ted Cruz. His circular justification for questioning the voting results was the assertion that so many people questioned the results, ignoring both the fact that it was the president's lies that led them to question the results and that he was complicit in spreading those lies and manufacturing the discontent that led to 5 deaths so far. When called upon to take responsibility for his role in agitating the violent mob, whose actions proved fatal, he claimed it was cynical for others to ask him to make amends for his actions when he and his colleagues had just had to contend with a violent mob. The Houston Chronicle has called upon Cruz to resign. One of our church's upcoming projects is a letter-writing campaign to both those politicians who stood up for democracy this past week and those, like Senator Cruz, who don't hesitate to set truth and honor aside if it means they might gain more power. I encourage you to make your thoughts known to those elected leaders in Washington. We've put Senator Cruz's contact information in the comments section.